boys and girls. Today, we are here at the National Center for Teacher Education, or also known as the Philippine Normal University. This is the place where only the best and the brightest teachers are molded and trained. Today, we are going to look for some PNUs and ask them about their experience in the university. Come on. Here they are. Hello, ladies. Is it okay if I ask you a question? Can you tell us what have you learned in the university in the past few years that you have been here?
And teaching techniques, and how to assess the math skills.
Math skills?
Yeah, math skills like listening, speaking, reading, and writing.
That's all.
Yup, and you can also integrate creativity in testing these skills.
Ken Robinson once quoted that every child is born a natural artist. The only problem we have is growing up. Today, we are going to show you some presentations that contain techniques in helping you fellow teachers in assessing the English language.
For today, we're going to make a butterfly origami. But listen and watch carefully as I do it first, because later you are going to make one. Is that clear? Yes, teacher! Let us start.
According to Rivers, during 1981, listening is used nearly twice as much as speaking and 4 to 5 times as much as reading and writing. It was perceived to play a crucial role in communication, yet listening remains one of the least assessed and understood process in language learning. This according to Morley during 1991. What is the assessment strategy used? The assessment strategy used was dictation. Dictation is an example of an extensive learning assessment. Students will need to follow whatever instruction the teacher dictates them to do. How is it used as an assessment tool? The aim of the lesson is to make students follow the instructions of the teacher through listening and making a butterfly origami. Using this strategy, students will focus listening with the details or information so they can follow the instructions properly. This will enhance students' patience and discipline in listening and paper folding art. So this assessment tool can be done individually. Why is it effective? Students would love to do or create things rather than sit down in class and listen to lectures. Letting them experience paper folding will then activate their creativity as well as improve their listening skills. Critical thinking will be tested for if they weren't able to follow or come up with a desired product. There must be a difficulty in listening or a problem from the teacher. Using dictation as an assessment tool will help us identify the strengths and weaknesses of the students in listening. How art was integrated in the assessment tool? The student's task is to follow directions or instructions through listening. Integrating origami or paper folding will help get the attention and interest of the students to listen. The teacher and the students can be resourceful of what materials to be used. They can use old cartolina and decorate their own origami. Students will not be forced to listen, instead they would enjoy the class. They will be given opportunities to express themselves, especially those who are shy and afraid to speak in class.
draw your favorite fairy tale character and setting. After 5 minutes, you're going to present in front why you chose those characters as your favorites. Is that clear?
According to Brown 1994 and Burns and Joyce 1997, speaking is an interactive process of constructing meaning that involves producing and receiving and processing information. Speaking is a productive skill that can be observed directly and empirically. Learners' speech production should be monitored by teachers to determine what skills and knowledge they already have and what areas need development. The assessment strategy. The assessment strategy is storytelling. It is an example of an extensive speaking assessment. An extensive speaking assessment includes monologues and usually has minimal verbal interaction. It also involves complex tasks and long stretches of discourse. How is it used as an assessment tool? Storytelling uses pictures as cues and is a technique for eliciting oral production. Pictures are used as stimulus for a longer description of the story. The Make a Fairy Tale activity lets the student create his or her own story using 6 pictures, which includes characters and setting. As an added twist, there is a main picture, for example, a rocket ship, that seems out of place from the traditional fairy tale. This twist engages the student to be creative and to use his or her imagination. This assessment tool can be done individually or in groups. How art is integrated in the assessment tool. The initial activity where the student's task is to draw their favorite fairy tale character and place creativity in the field of visual arts. It is also an avenue to share to people a part of themselves. The initial activity does not require a correct answer. It just lets the students express themselves freely and unleash their creative side. Language came into play when the students had to explain why the character they drew is their favorite. This exercise covertly lets the student show the functional aspect of language by answering the question completely and logically. Storytelling itself is an art that has existed centuries ago, which is also an important form of human expression. Other forms of storytelling lets the speakers create their own dialogue, use actions such as vocalization and other gestures. It does not only encourage the speaker to use their imagination, but it also lets the listener to activate their imagination.
Okay, so you understood very well the story. But now I want to visualize how you really recall this story through one or another artful adventure, like what we have been doing before. So, do you know about a story quilt?
Assessing reading. Recall ideas from previous readings to better understand a given text. The assessment strategy used is called story quilt. It is a combination of painting, storytelling, history, and quilt making into an art form called story quilt. A story quilt is a combination of painting, storytelling, history, and quilt making into an art form. Quilt squares feature chapters, characters, or significant scenes from the literature circle book. It can include a border with a repeated design or symbol which represents a key idea. Quilt squares can incorporate visual as well as written components such as an important quote or brief summary. How is it used as an assessment tool? This strategy is an alternative post-reading activity for telling. We can also say, based on its purpose, it is a more creative way of retelling. How is art integrated in the assessment tool? Basically, this strategy is derived from quilt making. Only with a story quilt has a central painting or drawing. The illustration's short description that goes with it, and an outer border of fabric or paper patches, all based from the story or text read. Why is it effective? The strategy not only promotes reading literacy, retelling, or sequencing, but also the creativity as well. As Ken Robinson 2006 said, creativity is as important as literacy in education. Indeed, children learn while doing things they can enjoy through this fun and worthwhile activity.
Now for our activity
our environment.
The assessment strategy is slogan making. It is a short phrase or sentence meant to gain attention and get a specific message across quickly. Making a slogan needs the writer's creative ability to make the output presentable. The slogan must be catchy, so creators often write them to have a distinct rhythm. The message of the output should not only be the focus, since in some situations, designs are put to make the output more pleasing to the eye. The slogan making is a technique for eliciting writing ideas. It can be used to let students express their opinion or view based on a given topic or context. Slogans can be created through the use of rubrics or criteria. Strategy lets creators think critically about whether each idea of the slogan fully conveys the right message. Aside from that, students are given the opportunity to design their own work to show their creativity.
Language, come on, let's go and try.
Did you enjoy the presentations? I hope you have learned something today. This is JC, your host. See you in the next episode of Teacher Directions.
Do you want to pass the language?